You ever come home from a trip, stick your key in the lock, and realize some HOA busybodies changed it behind your back? That's what happened when Marjorie Platt, the queen of our neighborhood's rulebook, broke into my house to nitpick my curtains, sparking a war that ended with me bolting a bank vault door to my front porch. I'm Ethan Walsh, a structural engineer from Pine Hollow, Wisconsin, and let me tell you, when that steel beast slammed into place, it wasn't just about keeping Marjorie out. It was about showing her that my home's mine, and no clipboard's gonna change that. It all kicked off last summer in Pine Hollow, a quiet suburb where the trees are tall, the lawns are perfect, and the HOA's got a rule for everything from your mailbox to your mood. My house is a modern two-story, tucked at the end of a cul-de-sac, backing onto a little forest that's my slice of peace. I'm a guy who likes things orderly, blueprints, load calculations, clean lines, so I thought I'd fit right in. But I didn't count on Marjorie, the HOA president who runs this place like her personal kingdom. Picture her. Mid-50s, always in loud floral dresses, hair sprayed stiff as concrete, cruising in a giant SUV that takes up half the street. She's the type who'd fine a kid for a crooked hopscotch square. I got on her bad side day one when I planted some purple asters in my front yard. Apparently Violet Dream wasn't on her approved list of muted glow or soft whisper. She sent me a letter, all official with a color swatch, demanding I rip them out. I'm an engineer, so I read the HOA's 300-page bylaws, found the vague rule about harmonious planting, and wrote back with a polite note, citing the aster's drought resistance as a community perk. Big mistake. Marjorie didn't like pushback. She liked groveling. Fines started rolling in. $5 a day for non-compliant flora. Then $10 when I paid under protest. It wasn't about the flowers anymore. It was about her need to control every blade of grass, and my refusal to bend. The real gut punch came when I got back from visiting my brother in Chicago. I'd been gone a week, asked my neighbor, Mr. Callahan, to grab my mail, set the alarm locked up tight. Pulling into the driveway, I felt good until I tried my key. It slid in but wouldn't turn. I tried the knob, the back door, same deal. My stomach dropped. Had someone broken in? Nothing looked off. No busted windows, just a tiny scratch by the deadbolt, like a slipped screwdriver. I called Callahan, who shuffled over, worried. His spare key didn't work either. That's odd, he muttered, then hesitated. Marjorie was poking around, and there was a locksmith van here a couple days ago. Thought you'd called them. A locksmith? Marjorie? It hit me like a brick. She'd changed my locks. My keys, my home, useless because she decided she had the right. I was livid, my hands shaking as I pictured her waltzing through my rooms, judging my life. That house is my refuge, where I sketch designs, sip coffee, feel safe. Her sneaking in wasn't just a power trip. It was a violation, like she'd ripped the walls down. I called a 24-hour locksmith, Pete, who showed up, took one look, and whistled. These locks are brand new. You didn't order this. When I told him about Marjorie, he shook his head. That's breaking and entering, man. Nuts. With my deed and ID, he got me in, and there, on the hall table, was an HOA letter, reeking of Marjorie's floral perfume. It was a masterpiece of smug nonsense, claiming a wellness check under some made-up aesthetic harmony rule, listing issues like my drab kitchen tiles and uninspired bedroom lamp, plus a bill for her locksmith and fines for my decorative shortcomings. I crumpled it, my rage cold and sharp. She'd crossed a line and I was done playing nice. I called my lawyer, Sarah, a no-nonsense pro who'd helped with my house closing. Reading her the letter, I heard her pause, then laugh. She wrote it down? Admitted to breaking in to critique your lamp? Ethan, this is a legal goldmine. She told me to change the locks again, document everything, letter, scratches, Pete's affidavit, and brace for a fight. Trespass, harassment, maybe theft if they kept my old locks. This wasn't just HOA nonsense. It was a crime. Sarah sent a cease and desist letter, demanding Marjorie cover my costs and hinting at a lawsuit. I got new high-security locks, pricey but solid, and started digging into state HOA laws, learning they can't override property rights for aesthetic whims. But locks weren't enough. Every time I walked inside, I smelled Marjorie's perfume, imagined her eyes on my stuff. My home wasn't mine anymore. It was tainted, like she'd claimed a piece of it. I needed something bigger, something that screamed, "Stay out," in a way she'd never forget. Scrolling security door options one night, I stumbled on bank vault doors, massive, steel, unbreachable. It was crazy, over the top, but the more I thought about it, the more it felt right. A 2-ton statement that Marjorie couldn't pick, bribe, or bully her way through. I checked the bylaws. No rules on door types, just good repair and aesthetic harmony. Terms so vague I could argue my way out. It was a fortress, a middle finger, and, honestly, a bit of fun. I was all in. The plan was nuts, but I'm an engineer. I don't half-ass things. Marjorie kept the pressure on, sending fines for uneven shrubs or misaligned bins, even trying to inspect my backyard for rogue weeds. I shut her down, citing property rights. Get a court order, Marjorie, or stay off my land. Her bored cronies, like jittery accountant Tom, squirmed, but she was relentless, thinking she could wear me down. Meanwhile, I worked with Vault Tech Security, a company that didn't blink when I said I wanted a vault door for my front porch. Their guy, ex-Marine Vince, just nodded. Biometric or combination? We'll make it a beast. We picked a scaled-down model, 8 inches of steel, multi-bolt lock, big crank handle, weighing a ton and change. Structural engineer Dr. Lisa Chen assessed my house, confirming the foundation could handle it with a beefed-up steel beam and new concrete footings. It was a fortune, eating my savings, but every penny felt like armor. We kept it hush-hush, timing the loud work for when Marjorie was at her weekly ladies who lead lunch. Neighbors like Callahan noticed the construction but bought my story about foundation fixes. The door took weeks to build, and I was buzzing, part nerves, part glee, knowing Marjorie's reaction would be worth it. She tried to own my home. I was about to lock her out for good. The day the door arrived was like a circus. A flatbed truck rolled up, the steel slab wrapped like a top-secret weapon, hoisted by a crane over my roof. Callahan's jaw dropped. Mrs. Torres next door filmed, grinning. Kids slowed their bikes, staring. Marjorie was mercifully at her lunch, missing the show. Vince's crew welded the frame, set the door with a thud that shook the house, and calibrated the locks. Combination for max security, key for daily use. It was a brute, graphite finish blending just enough with my house's vibe, but no one was fooled. This was Fort Knox in suburbia. I spun the crank, heard the bolts clunk, and felt safe, really safe, for the first time since Marjorie's stunt. Sarah had me install a porch camera with audio, ready for the showdown. A week later, it came. I was sipping coffee, tweaking a bridge design, when my phone pinged. Marjorie, in a neon pink blazer, marching up with Tom in tow, clipboard clutched like a shield. She froze at the door, eyes bugging out, like she'd seen a UFO. She poked it, muttering, "What in God's name is this?" Tom bumped into her, gawking. She pounded the steel, yelling, "Ethan Walsh, open this monstrosity now. This is an HOA inspection." I stayed put, hitting the camera's speaker. "Morning, Marjorie. Love the blazer. That's my new door. Pretty secure." "Huh? No entry without a court order, like I told you." She screeched. "This is illegal. It's hideous. You're ruining the neighborhood." I leaned into it. Bylaws say doors need good repair and harmony. This baby's bulletproof and I think it's chic. File a complaint. I'll send it to my lawyer. She tried the crank, yanking uselessly, her face red as her fines. "You'll regret this, Walsh. I'll have this thing torn down." I laughed. "Call the cops, Marjorie. Tell them about your lock-changing adventure while you're at it." Tom tugged her arm, whispering about legal trouble, and she stormed off, nearly tripping, her SUV peeling out. I sat back, grinning. That door didn't just stop her. It broke her. The fallout was glorious. Mrs. Torres's video of Marjorie's tantrum spread like wildfire, neighbors texting it with laughing emojis. Pine Hollow started buzzing. Folks who'd cowered under Marjorie's rules now saw her as a joke. At the next HOA meeting, she tried banning fortress doors. But the board, spooked by Sarah's letters and tired of her antics, shot it down. Even Tom, her loyal shadow, pushed back, citing legal risks. Sarah's lawsuit hit hard, evidence of Marjorie's break-in, her own letter admitting it, plus the petty fines piled up. The HOA settled, covering my legal fees, Pete's work, the new locks, and a chunk for emotional distress. Marjorie had to write an apology, sent to every resident, admitting her unauthorized entry, and resign from the board. She was done, sold her house, moved to some HOA-free town, probably cursing my name. A new board, with Mrs. Torres and a reformed Tom, took over, slashing the rulebook and opening meetings to real talk. My door? It stayed. A local legend dubbed Walsh's Wall. Kids snap selfies with it. Delivery guys call me Vault Man. I walk inside now, crank that wheel and feel whole. My home's mine again, asters blooming, no fines in sight. But sometimes, I catch a new board member eyeing my yard, and I wonder if Pine Hollow's really free, or if another Marjorie's waiting to knock. What do you think? Was I right to go full fortress to shut her out with steel, or should I have just fought in court? Drop a comment, share your HOA horror stories. And if someone broke into your life like that, would you build a vault, or play it safe? Tell me, I'm listening.